Smoked mac and cheese on the drum smoker. Here we go. Welcome back to Heat of the Drum. My name is Steve. Today we are doing smoked mac and cheese, one of my favorites. So let's get right into it. We got a little bit of prep work to do. First things first, we got to get our pot of water boiling. We're going to salt the water and we're going to add 1 box of 16-ounce Elbow Macaroni. So let's go ahead and take care of that. A little salt. We're going to let this come back to a boil, and then we're going to let it cook for 5 minutes and give it a check. We don't want it totally done. We want it al dente. So we'll give her 5 minutes and we'll take a look. And one thing you want to make sure you do is you stir your pasta so it doesn't stick to the bottom. It's been 5 minutes. Let's get a look at it. Going to give it a couple more minutes. It's been a couple more minutes. Let's go ahead and get a look. Oh yeah, this looks much better. Let's go ahead and sample one. Yep. Let's go ahead and get that off. So we'll go ahead and just strain it right here. You could run some cold water over it if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Just going to let that hang out right there. Next step is our cast iron skillet. Let's go ahead and get that on there. We got some bacon to fry. And what I have here is just a pound of bacon. I'm just going to simply cut it in half. Let's go ahead and get our bacon in here and get it going. And we're not going to be too fancy with this. We're going to be chopping all this up. While that bacon's cooking, let's go ahead and fire up this drum smoker. And what I have here is some cowboy oak and hickory blend, the last of that, mixed with some Kingsford. Same thing in my chimney. And today we're going to add in some apple wood. And we're finishing up the last few pieces of this bacon. Let's go ahead and get this off. Okay, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take this off and drain this bacon grease right here. So let's go ahead and get this off of here. And what I'm going to do is just set that pan right there a second. And grab a few paper towels and let's just kind of wipe this out a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and put our pan back on. And we'll add a couple tablespoons of the bacon drippings back in. Just like that. Turn that down just a hair. And to that, we're going to add a half a cup of Pankow Bread Crumbs. And let's go ahead and just get those in there. And we're just going to go ahead and mix those around in there. And let those work on browning up a little bit. Let's go ahead and dump our coals while we wait on the panko. Okay, these are ready to come off. Let's go ahead and get them off. You don't want them too dark because they will continue to cook once they are in the smoker. All right, we're going to go back in with a couple tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter. And we're going to let that melt. We're going to make a roux. And what I have here is 2 tablespoons of flour. Let's go ahead and put that in there. And let's get that stirred around. And you can see it's thickening up rather quickly. Then we're going to slowly start to stir in our cream. And we're going to go all in with that cream. All right, let's get our seasonings in here. And what I have, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, ½ teaspoon of pepper, and a ½ teaspoon of onion powder. Get all that out there. Good to the last drop. Let's get that mixed around. Let's go ahead and get 1 block of cream cheese in here and let that start melting. Okay, so what I'm going to add now is 8 ounces of shredded Gouda that I shredded myself. And what I have here is 16 ounces of mild cheddar. That's going in there too. Just like that. Let's get that melting in there. I'm going to get this nice and incorporated. Yeah, starting to come together now. All right, remember our pasta? Let's go ahead and get it in this bowl. And let's go ahead and dump the cheese in with the pasta now. And here we go. Oh yeah, smells nice and cheesy. And let's get all that out of there that we can. And now let's go ahead and mix this up. Let me get these gloves off. Get it nice and incorporated. And now we're just going to go right back into that cast iron. And spread this out. Before this goes on the smoker, what I have here is 1 red diced jalapeno and 1 green jalapeno. And we're going to sprinkle some of that right on top. Just like that. Now we're going on the smoker. And our target temp today is 270, 275. And we are at 273. Let's do this. See you in 30 minutes. Okay, it's almost been about 30 minutes, but let me take a quick second to thank everybody who's liked and subscribed and been watching the videos. We're going to keep them rolling, so stay tuned. And click that notification bell so you know when I got a new video that comes out. Now, before we look at the macaroni, we want to make sure, remember the panko that we browned up? And remember our bacon? Let's go ahead and get that chopped up, and we'll incorporate that in with our panko. Let's go ahead and just get our bacon out. And we'll just kind of chop away here. Let's go ahead and add that in a bowl here. Add our panko. And go ahead and mix that around. And get it nice and mixed thoroughly. And when you're done, it'll look like that. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Let's get a look at this. Oh, yeah, it looks good. Ooh-wee. We're going to go ahead and stir this now. Get those jalapenos incorporated in there and get that smoky goodness mixed in. Yes, looking really nice. Go ahead and smooth it out again. And it's time for our bacon crumble to go on top. And we want to get all that on there. Just like that. All right, we just got our bacon crumble on there. And we're going to give it 15 minutes, and then we're going to get a temp on this and see where we're at. All right, it's been 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and get our first temp. We're going to bust out the old Thermal Pro Lightning. Here we go. Oh, she's starting to bubble around the edges. That is nice. Let's get a temp. 164, 165. Not there yet. Okay, we're going to give it 10 more minutes. And if you guys are interested in getting one of these Thermal Pro Lightnings, go ahead and check out my description. I'll have a link and a discount code for 15% off. And if you get something through that link, it'll help out the channel. I'll get a small commission. And we'll give it 10 minutes and we'll check back. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's get a look at this. Oh man, look at that bubbling. We are 176. That's where we need to be, but I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. So it's basically done. I just want the top to get a little bit more browner. 5 more minutes, and then we're eating. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and get this thing off of here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's coming off. Okay, we're going to let that sit for 5 minutes. And while that sits, let me just do a quick little recap. First thing we did is we boiled our pasta. Then we rinsed it and set it off to the side. After that, we went ahead and cooked our bacon. Once the bacon was done, we set that off to the side. Added our panko crumbs back into that cast iron skillet and browned those guys up. Then it was time for a roux. We added some butter. We added some flour. We added our heavy cream in there. Mixed that all up. Started to get that to thicken up a little bit. Then we started adding our cheeses. We used Gouda, mild cheddar, cream cheese. Mixed that all in there. Got that all mixed good. Put that all on top of our pasta. Mix that into that elbow macaroni. Put it back into this cast iron. Added some red and green jalapeno on top. Put it in the smoker at 275. 30 minutes. We reached in there and we stirred it up. Smoothed it all out. Added our bacon and Pankow Crumble on top. After that, back in another 15 minutes. Checked it at 15 minutes. Not quite where I wanted it. We're done, but I wanted it a little bit more brown on top. So we went ahead and did another 5 minutes and brought it out. It's steaming hot and bubbling around the edges. It's sitting for another 5 minutes, and we're getting ready to try it right now. Here we go. Oh, man. And you didn't think it would be creamy? Look at that. Let me get a little bit more of that topping right there. Mm-mm. And there you have it, my friends. Smoked mac and cheese, heat of the drum style. Mm. This is really good. You don't need no main dish when you have this as the main dish. Remember, you can do this too. Till I see you again the next time on Heat of the Drum. Mm. This is really good. And hot. Woo!